Hello! Welcome to YouTube! My name's Marge, I'm a Helka, I'm an empath, and I just like doing these little talks on how I feel about things. I try and keep them light, but as people know, things aren't light these days. It's harder and harder to keep things light, and it's harder to be a freaking comedian or, a Weisenheimer or a joker, because I don't even understand. I read stuff and I'm like, how is that racist? I don't understand. I don't understand how people interpret things. It's weird. So I started doing these videos. It's kind of a few different reasons. A couple nieces that live out of town, so it's a living diary to keep track, so they can keep track of what I've been up to. I haven't been in their lives, and then it's mom has memory stuff. She always has. And then, I'm starting to find out she's changing her behaviors. Spend a lot more time in bed. Raises cause for worry and concern, just a new different. It's just a new different, and because I'm not comfortable with it, because when I'm in bed, I'm depressed and I don't feel good and I don't like it. So I try to get her up and out and doing stuff, and I can't. So I have to allow it, never had children, never had kids, and so I know a lot of people when they have kids, it's just I've seen it in every parent that has had it, that has had children. I've seen it where they're just so scared to death they don't know what they're doing at all, and then they get past this hump and there's like, oh yeah, piece of cake, and it's like they've done the whole time, and all I can remember is how scared they were. When people get married, or they're in a relationship and the person, and I've done it too, the person is just the most sweetest, wonderfulest person in the whole wide world, and you didn't believe in love until they showed it to you and all this stuff and blah blah blah, and then then there's a turning point. There's always a turning point. There's if things are out of balance and you adore someone too much, then there's that tipping point. When you like something too much, there's a tipping point. And the same things goes for uncomfortable. When things are too uncomfortable, there's a tipping point. You can't do it anymore. Made a promise to mom a long time ago that I wouldn't put her in any kind of facility. We'll stick together because that's what family's supposed to do. It's just hard to watch, and people. But the thing is I shot myself in the foot because I did it wrong. I did stuff wrong. You're supposed to go to school and make friends and have these lifelong friends, and I didn't do that. You're supposed to go to college and make lifelong friends, and I didn't do that. You're supposed to start a career, make lifelong friends. I forgot to make lifelong friends because I was too busy trying to figure out how I'm supposed to act so people would like me. And all the while, he has a sty on his eye too. All the while, mom and I'm going to just tell this story because this is a good conversation that mom and I had yesterday. When mom was laying in bed, I laid down next to her and I was like, mom, the way I see it, I said, I think, I don't think it matters how old people are. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, their economic background. I think people have a feeling of how their heart is supposed to, and how their life is supposed to go, and or an idea of what life is supposed to be like, with family and joy and all this stuff. And it's people keep trying to get there and they can't get there, and more people are giving up, and it's really hard to watch. It's really hard to watch people give up, and they're doing it everywhere. I don't tell mom anymore about the shootings. I think she feels it. I think people that are sensitive like me know when things happen in the world where somebody is controlling and wicked and hurt and suffering themselves, so they lash out by hurting other people. And I went down to it's just trying to shift this energy. I just keep trying to do things to just get a different perspective that things just aren't all terrible. So I went downtown yesterday to Salem was having their gay pride. And I ain't into pride about that, about sexuality. That's what people will choose to be anyway. But I wanted to participate in life, so I went out. I walk in, and right there, first thing was this freaking police, fully armed police vehicle with the table and just assault rifles lined up, one right after another. And I just started shaking, and I walked up, and this policeman, with their, look at our guns. It's an extension of our need for Viagra. And I'm just like, why are you here? This is a family event. Are you trying to get people comfortable with these machines that kill people? And I'm not even kidding. That was about the time that the shooting in El Paso was going on. And this guy was looking, and all these people, all fat, dumb, and happy around. Oh yeah, I'm proud of, versatility and inclusion, and embrace love and joy. And here's our full arsenal. And then right over here at the other, because there's two sides of the entrance, that was right there when you enter here. Here was the recruiting station for the army, so you can sign your children up to send them off to be killed to make people rich. And then down over here, you have, because you don't just need the Salem police, you got the state police too, and they have their bomb extracting robot out there. And I'm just like, Oregon is a freaking police state. This is what a police state is when they're trying to, look how important, this is a stoner state. Yeah, you get a meth head every now and again, but you know what the sickness is? The sickness is at the top of this country. The sickness is at the top of this country. It's not the bottom. It's not the homelessness. It's not the freaking... The sickness is the people that have everything and let people at the bottom have nothing. That is what the sickness is. These clubs, these elite clubs, these good old boy and girl clubs, if you act like us and do like us and be like us and fit our criteria, I don't even get groups, private closed groups of spirituality. Private closed groups do weird, gross things. Private gross, it's just... A lot of people are checking out, and these astrologers that are talking about these, the 26th of December is huge, and there's other constellations that, it's... I don't see all love and light. I think it's going to get really crappy, and then people are going to start to see, but it's only going to get crappier because people aren't seeing. So the faster people start to see that we are all responsible for all of this, and everyone's sick and tired of it. Everyone's fed up. Look at the freaking demonstrators in Hong Kong. Look at all the people fighting back against the grossness of the controllers of the people of their country. Nobody wants this, except for the people that are keeping it at bay. So, hi, Carmen. Hope you're good today. Yeah, I'm not going out. It's like, I don't got no reason to go out. The world doesn't want me in it. I got Benzo here. Benny's here. I got a good, I wish you were here to give me a hug too. I'm a good hug giver. We got Luna back here and Ari's over here, and it's going to be hot today. And, everything changes. I did watch the last Orange is the New Black last night. And, when shows end, they end, it doesn't matter if you, to me, it doesn't, it would have been nice to see things work out this way or that way or this way, but it's just like life. And I think that Gingy, the writer of that show, did a phenomenal job of bringing in the light, or bringing in, and these storylines of the silver linings, the silver linings of hope, and even what's her name? Fancy. You just gotta hang in there, and it ain't easy for sensitive types. It's just not easy. And then you're social, so you want to go out and do things. I want to go out and do things and be a part of, and then when I go out and I'm a part of it, I'm like, what the frick am I doing here? You know what I mean? And it's not even worth going going out. So then I go home and I see Mom doesn't want to get out of bed. And that's hard for me to be around. So I go out and I sit under a tree and I listen to birds. These are my everyday, the things that I do in life, just to, try and stay positive when I'm not, people engage in life to fill up their cup. And when life isn't worth engaging in, they're checking out. People are checking out. They don't want you anymore. And I ain't gonna drink today, and I ain't gonna do anything to put see, that's the thing that I used to do, is I used to freaking, when I'd feel like this, I just hate it so much, and then I'd just be like, F it, I'm gonna go get wasted. And, if I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna give myself a reason to cry about it, and all that stuff. And it just causes more pain, and it just keeps me from where I want to be. So I save a lot of money, and I'm nervous because Tucker, it's day after tomorrow, he's going in for his dental, and I don't like that. I don't like when people have to go into altered state, but I know it's for his health. So this is what we do for our family. Yeah, but I did get to tell that cop, though. I did look at him. I said, well, good news is lucky for you, there's no kind of physical standards in place, because if there was, you guys would not have a job. I say this to people because it's true. I got a picture of him, big old gut. How do men act like men if they can't see their manness? And it's all this thing. It's balance. Being physical is balance. When I was obese and overweight, I was freaking out of balance, and I freaking felt miserable, and I treated other people badly. So what? You don't think freaking people of authority don't do the same thing? Yeah. It makes me laugh when people are like, oh, you're just a man-hating lesbian. No, I don't. I see very few good examples of freaking solid, balanced men. Very few in real life. I know some. I haven't seen them in a while, but I know some. The guys guys that give you a hug just because they're happy to see you, not the kind of guys that are freaking pervy and creepy. Women know what that is. See, and that's the thing, is we are, and see, and that's the thing, is like, I like, for the straight girls, I mean, I'm not meaning any offense, but God bless you for procreating and keeping the freaking human race going, because, damn, that's not something I want to have any interest in at all, People just like to call names, and I just see there's another hurt person in the world. And you know what is disappointing to me is when I do it. When I call people names. Because I call people names. I ain't all love and light. I go out there and freaking people are rude to me, and I just, if I'm hot and stuff like that, I freaking give them what they give me. Only I give it to them more. And that's the imbalance in me. But I'm not, that's the thing, though, is I'm not violent. I'm not violent, and I'm not abusive. Yeah, I'll tell you you're stupid when you're being dumb, but I'm not freaking abusive. I don't go into people and go into their dark parts and find out, because I know what hurts people, because I know what hurts me, and I don't use that stuff against people. And it's when people use that stuff against other people is what's hard. And people are checking out. Sorry about your husband. I knew what suicide was. I mean, like I remember the first time it touched my life. Like, they're gone, they killed themselves. The first time I was like 7, and her name was Diane. Mom called her Master Mom, and she liked to drink her wine. She was a lot of fun. I liked her. She would come over. She and Mom would talk, and I'd have to go in the other room, and I couldn't hear it and stuff like that. They found her. Mom had to go down and identify her at the coroner's office. They found her in her car on a boat ramp, Shasta Lake. I don't think she killed herself, but anyway. Then when I was in 7th grade, a buddy of mine, a guy I went to school with, we were in the same class. He was the first kid I remember ever had white Levi's, because when he came back to school after being out for a week, he had white Levi's, and I was like, man, how do you keep those clean? I'd get those dirty. Anyway, his dad just got up. They were watching TV, and he just walked up in the watching TV, and he and his brothers and sisters and his mom, he just walked in the other room, put a gun in his head, and blew his brains out. And so, I mean, when you always see this pain, when you know that it exists, and you're just kind of, I don't know, I think either you make it, either it makes you or it breaks you. Either it makes you more empathetic or it breaks you into a soulless, spiritless plastic being. Then there's a lot of people that have a lot of these same storylines. A lot of them. Because we're the little glimpses of light that can manage to be like, yeah, I'm gonna cry it out. I'm gonna process it, and I'm gonna get through my feelings and my emotions. And I'm not gonna stop in the middle, because this ain't how my life is going to always be. It's just how it is for right now. And, I can't. We are oh so powerful, and we are oh so powerless. I am powerful enough to see that I'm powerless, that I can't control if Mom checks out. All I can do is try and move us closer to my brother and his family. I'm kind of on a time clock. See, I think if I get us closer to them, and then her being around her granddaughter will give her reasons to get out of bed. And I keep coming up with idea after idea, and it's like, nope. Only idiots can freaking prosper in this world. Only selfish, freaking asshole, moronic, plastic people that like to make goo out of crap under their sink, or, go to this back to Sedona and take the same freaking pictures that everybody's seen a gazillion times. I won't, see, that's the thing is I won't send Mom away. But my mom doesn't do stuff like that, to my knowing. That was weird. Whew. Mom tries to understand me. She just doesn't. Anyway. Yeah, my brother won't. It isn't an option. He won't have her. She's not welcome. there. So anyway, I'm kind of all over the place today. I was in a really good mood actually when I woke up. Then I got some outside time with the cat. What are the prices? That's the thing. Yeah, we all have these same. That's the thing. Is like we all have these chances of being in the storyline. My storyline was freaking. My shooting was back in 2008. There's a shooter at the hospital I worked at Creighton. Plus, I was in the Air Force. Plus, I grew up in Reading. There are guns everywhere. Plus, I mean, it's like you can't be around them. It's like I don't know. The world is not the same world that it was a couple years ago. It's not. There's too many people that are shorting out. There's too many people that don't know how to handle their emotions. So they're reacting, and they're reacting by taking all their emotions that they have, and they're taking it and they're going out and they're doing really gross things. And it's like psychology 101, but you have a bunch of bureaucrats that they have their ideas about things, and then there goes logic out the window, because people that make rules and that freaking are millionaires that make rules, they have no idea about the reality of most people and the way that most people are living right now, because they're living on top of their little glass freaking castles. They're all protected, and then, if there's something big that'll happen, they have their places that they can go where they're protected, because they're all so important, while the rest of the world isn't. I know Reading is really bad right now, and I'm going right back into the heart of the beast. I'm actually, I would rather be up in Oak Run or like Singletown or something like that. And freaking, every place is bad right now, because, look at the latitude and longitude. Any place, look at the latitude and longitude in Reading and align with where other places that it is. It's, things are bad right now. Things are not great in the world. And if people are having the reality that things are just so wonderful in the world, things are so great and delightful and lovely, and it's like that all the time, there are definitely things that you are looking at, because that is not balanced. When things are good all the time, that is not balance, and everything's about balance. Everything's about balance and energy. Masculine, feminine, the protector, the protectee. There's just, most of the world doesn't feel safe right now, so they're acting like they don't feel safe. Like you're in a corner. There's a lot of people feeling like they're in a corner. You can't even go to Walmart and buy stuff because their kids are, it's just, I don't shop in those places anyway. That's the thing, is a lot of the places where these shootings are happening, I don't go to. It's not my thing. Or they're being fooey. We all gotta make it, dude. It's only 80 years. If I live to be 80, my grandfather and my grandpa both lived to be 86. So if I live to be that long, if I live to be that long, I think about how much the world's changed in that very short time. But I gotta keep trying to be positive in it, because if the more scary stuff that's happening, I gotta be the freaking, maybe that's all I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'm supposed to just go to all these events to be security, maybe point things out. Hey, does that look right to you? Hey, does that look right to you? Do you feel safe around that man? Hey, I don't wonder why I don't feel safe around you. Maybe, what's your story? Maybe you could tell me about you. Maybe if you're not a scary guy, you could just explain it to me and I got my wires crossed, stuff like that. Can you do that? Or is everybody just so offended that it's just, if you talk to somebody and try and speak from the heart, you're just going to get a freaking assaulted. Assaulted of the earth. scary stuff. Oh, that, yeah. See, my wood stuff was Mom waking us up. We got to get out of here. They're after us. And we'd pack up our little backpack or suitcase. I grab Monkey and we'd be hit the woods. Dude, it's pretty embarrassing. Or I used to get embarrassed about stuff like that. It doesn't bother me so much anymore. You know, you come up on a trailer in a tent in the woods and Mom hides you out in the tent and then the people come home and find you in the tent. That's uncomfortable. That's awkward. So my reality has always been different than what everybody else was, because I tell people about experiences that are happening. Oh, that didn't happen, because they can't believe that it happened. So, so they deny my reality. Well, my reality keeps on existing, and more and more people. Oh, and we went to school with those kids too, the people that lived in that trailer. So seeing them again, it's just all right. Mom just, what do you do? So it's like all this stuff happens, I mean, bad stuff happens to good people, just like good things happen to bad people. It's all balance. And if I'm seeing that there's so much bad stuff in the world, then I'm not focusing enough on the good stuff, And so if there's not enough focus on the good stuff, then I got to be the good stuff, I guess. That's what maybe I ought to do, is be the good stuff. And sometimes it gets hard to be the good stuff when you just look around. Mom does not getting out of bed, But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. I just have been running my mouth for 26 minutes, and that wasn't what my intention was. My intention was, my heart space is just do what feels good for you. And what I got to be careful of is I got to be easy with my sugar intake, because I've been eating too much sugar because it makes me feel good, and not balancing out with walking enough. So I'm gonna go out and walk up to the park and put my sacral chakra to the earth. I think that'll help. Hope you have a rad day. I'll come back on after a while. Peace.